Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us once again.
Welcome to Empty Cans. I'm Tom.
And I'm Mark.
All right, here we go. What are we talking about today?
Well, it has been a little while since we did our last podcast.
Yeah.
I think it came out the 1st of June.
Uh-huh.
And here we are, first part of July.
Right.
And we don't have one out.
We got to get something. We've done a lot of stuff.
It's been very busy
Yeah.
this last month. And we're working on some new stuff coming out really soon.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. But we thought we better have a filler so people don't miss us,
Right. Everybody needs their fill.
They do. They need their fill of some empty cans.
Yes.
Today, we're going to be just kind of talking about what's been going on during this busy summer. I mean, we've done some pretty cool shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really cool shit.
Some crazy stuff, too. Like some out there. You know what I mean?
Right. We're probably going to lose a few listeners when they find out how crazy we really are.
Yeah.
But, is what it is.
Yep.
We are fucking crazy. We do crazy shit for beer.
We do.
And that's why we're doing this.
Exactly. We love beer.
So, Tom, tell us, what are we drinking today?
Oh, today is Great Notion Citra Acra. Yeah. So this is a 9.2.
9.2. That's a big beer.
Yeah. Huge.
Some might call it the closer.
It could be a closer.
Some might call it a night beer.
Could be. Yeah.
I just call it a good beer.
It's really good, actually. So this beer, I guess the meaning of Citra Acra is the other side.
Ooh.
So it's like heaven and hell, it's like the dark side.
Okay.
So because it's big and bold, not like your typical beer, like your hazies. This is a really big hazy beer. All right, this beer starts off with half Pilsner malt, flaked oats, and some other malt in there too. So there's no hop in the boil for this beer.
So it's a 0 IBU.
Well, I doubt that. I mean, technically, yes.
I mean, according to all the shit that we've been reading, 0 IBU.
Right, 0. But I doubt it. There is some bite to it for sure. This is all Citra and Citra Cryo hops. I think the Citra Cryo is going to give it that really big kick at the end, is what it is. So, and then the other thing about this beer is, from what I read, was that this was a startup for Brewhouse Brewing.
Okay.
So this was like a Great Notion allowed them to use their fermenters and their tanks and all that stuff for this beer to get them out into the market.
Do you think they'd let us do that?
I would love for that.
That'd be great.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great beer. I think, I just like to drink it. It's really good.
All right, let's take a taste.
Do it.
Ooh. It's thick.
Mm-hmm. It's thick. It's bold. Lot of back end citrus.
A lot of citrus. Punch in the mouth Citra.
Right.
And at a 9.2%, that's the thickness right there.
Yep.
That's very good.
And I would say, for me, this reminds me of the 2x4, but a hazy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So a big beer, but the hazy version, right? So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very dangerous for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you want to drink a bunch of these.
You definitely don't taste the 9%.
No.
Not at all. You think, okay, maybe 8?
Yeah. I would say if you're going to drink this beer, let it warm up, get it to the right temperature, because it is a big beer. It's double, right?
And we have talked about temperature, so everybody should know.
Because if you don't, you're not going to get all the correct flavor profiles, and it might come off as like boozy, or you know what I mean?
Right. Okay, everybody, how about some beer news?
All right.
So a lot has been happening. I mean, not just with us, but in beer news.
Mm-hmm.
The very first bit of beer news, it will probably excite a lot of people out there.
A lot?
A lot.
Okay.
Not necessarily me, but a lot of people.
Okay.
So Natural Light and Busch Light, they're teaming up.
What?
Oh, yeah, they're teaming up.
What?
They're coming out with what they call a BFF pack. So it is a 30 rack of your two favorite beers.
So 30 total.
30 total. 15
of each.
Busch Light, 15 Natty Light.
Okay, here's what I don't understand. Because I would think, I can't say this from experience, but people either like Natural Light or they like Busch Light. Do they like them both? Do people like both at the same time? Because I would think that it'd be, you're either a Natty Light person or you're a Busch Light person. I would think. Just throwing it out.
What I'm thinking is, this beer is so cheap, you're going to get your college kid picking up this, and they can combine the two beers in one bong, and it's going to taste the same.
Right.
I really don't know if I could ever tell the difference between the two. Maybe we need to do a blind taste test. And
I was thinking we should try that new Bud Light Next, that new zero carb beer.
Zero carb.
Yeah,
zero carb. How did they get
Apparently,
away with that?
I don't know. It's like zero carbs. So I don't know.
There's probably zero flavor too.
Probably.
I'm not into zero flavor. I like flavor. That's why we're drinking this 9.2%. That's all kinds of flavor punch in the mouth.
Right.
I don't want piss water. Yeah. I mean, hey, good on you if you like that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for us, but I mean, people do like it, so that's fine.
People do like it.
Otherwise they wouldn't make it, right?
Right.
So they wouldn't be doing this collab where they BFF pack,
Yeah, it's insane to me, but whatever.
That's cool.
So the next part of some beer news. Did you hear about the recall, Molson Coors?
No, what happened?
They got some green slime coming out of it.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Gross.
Oh, it's so gross. So they've recalled hundreds and thousands of beer because of this supposed green slime.
Really?
Big, huge quality issue. And
where did it come from? Did it say?
No idea. They're kind of tight-lipped on this.
Yeah,
shit.
I bet.
mean, they don't want people to know that they brew shit beer. Even more so than already. But
right. Did anybody get sick or anything?
So far, I haven't heard any reports of people getting sick.
All right, that's good.
They're recalling Coors Light 12 packs, 18 packs, 24 packs, 30 packs, and then Keystone Light, all of those packs as well. So, you know what they say, that the Keystone is the bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel, yeah.
Coors. Well, we did get confirmation last time.
It's not true.
From our buddy Mike, but not true, but yet it's very suspicious that Keystone is also being recalled. So if you're into those beers, don't drink them.
Right.
Stay away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is crazy. What do you got for some beer news, Tom?
So recently Modern Times went into an agreement to sell to Brewery X. And that was going to be sold for $20 million. $20
million.
$20 million. Modern Times.
I think it'd be more than that.
I thought they were pretty big. California, like San Diego, right?
Right.
I think, yeah. But what I did read that the sale had to close between 7/7 and 7/14. But apparently last Thursday, the sale kind of took a turn because now it's not going to go through. So, but that's what I got so far. I mean, we'll keep an eye on it and let you know next time if anything happens. But yeah, that's it.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. One other bit of selling out, Stone Brewing sold to Sapporo.
Crazy.
So Sapporo is like Japan's
Big.
oldest brewery.
Yeah.
Started back in 1867 or some shit. Something crazy.
That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Damn.
And Sapporo's been buying out several breweries across the United States.
Oh, so they're trying to expand into
Apparently.
the US. Okay.
I mean, they've bought Anchor Brewing
Oh, wow.
for $85 million in 2017.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's a lot of money.
But then they also bought Sleeman Breweries in Ontario, Canada.
I've never heard of them.
Picked those up for $400 million in 2006.
$400 million?
$400 million.
Is that a big... I've never heard of that beer company.
I haven't either.
I'm like, we're missing out. We got to go to Canada.
Well,
Shit.
Yeah, apparently 400 million's
That's a big time deal.
pretty penny.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because we just heard that Stone won their lawsuit
Right.
against Keystone,
Yeah.
and they got $56 million.
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted more, but they got 56 million.
Didn't they want like 200 million, 210?
Yeah,
I can't
somewhere in
remember.
there.
Somewhere in like
Yeah.
that, yeah.
And so now they've got $56 million from the lawsuit. And now it hasn't been disclosed yet what Sapporo actually paid.
What they paid
Stone.
for it. Yeah.
But Stone's got several locations
Oh, they have some on the East Coast too.
in Virginia.
Yeah.
So that's a huge deal.
Right.
So apparently these Stone guys, they're done. They
Well,
want to,
good for them.
I mean, once you get that much money,
Pack it up.
do whatever the shit you want to do.
Right. These guys are going to go live it up on a beach.
Yeah, drinking
cool.
some good beer.
Yeah.
I think that rounds out
The beer news.
this month's beer news.
Yeah. It's a lot to go through.
It is a lot to go through.
I'm sure there's more, but these were the
yeah.
highlights,
These
right?
are the big ones
big
we
ones.
caught up on.
Yeah.
All right, so the next topic.
Yeah.
What have we been doing? What have we been tasting
man.
and trying and all that stuff? So for me, I did go to the Fancy Albs down there on Fairview and Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to find some good beer. I know they always have some good beer.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there with my wife and we went around the corner, and I shit you know, I'm not making this up.
Okay.
There was a man and a woman, and they're slow dancing in the beer aisle.
What?
Fucking slow dancing in the beer aisle. You know, I love beer, but I don't think I'm going to start slow dancing with my wife in the beer aisle.
So maybe they had a few cocktails while they were shopping, because you can do that there.
Right, you can.
Because they have a bar. You can get some beverages and put it in your little shopping cart, walk around and buy your groceries, have a beer, whatever you want. Maybe that's what happened.
I don't
Maybe it just the alcohol got to them.
I don't care how fucked up I get at an Albertsons. I'm not going slow dancing.
I've done some slow dancing in my kitchen before.
With yourself or
No, with my wife.
Oh, okay.
Not myself. Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, but maybe.
Sometimes the mood
Maybe.
hits. and
You're
it's
right.
like,
Ooh, yeah.
all right. So I have also been to Mother Earth multiple times. They've had multiple drops of new beers that have come out. You've come with me a couple times. One time
Yeah.
you were indisposed. You were somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go with my wife, which I don't want to say I had to go with my wife. But
You went.
I went with my wife.
You had a date night with your wife.
Exactly. And we had a good time. And I think at that time we tried the Four Seasons collab.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That was pretty good. That was with Revision, right?
That was with Revision.
Yeah.
And it was just a straight West Coast style IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Another time, I do believe the next time, you were with me.
Yep.
And we had the Fractured Reality.
We did.
That is part of the Project X series.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, you know, that series has been a great series. Fractured Reality, you know, I like what was that one? The Universal...
The Dimensional Universe.
Dimensional Universe. That one, as far as that series go, that's my favorite.
Yep.
I love it. Oh, actually, Wolf Mother was pretty good, too.
If I'm going to be honest, I think Section X was my favorite.
Holy shit, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was a
But
long
it was
time
really
ago.
good.
That was like one of the first ones.
Close to it, yeah.
Maybe the first...
Within the
or
first
second year.
Yeah, something like that. But I will say what I've noticed is the ABVs keep going up and up on these, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because like they started out, I remember 6, 7, then a couple of them go to 7, and then I think this one's 7.5, the newest one. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was okay.
You know, as soon as you start getting into the 9, then it's a little bit harder to drink. You don't drink as many.
That's true.
So I think it's really cool that they've kind of kept it down.
Mm-hmm.
That way it's
So it's
better
not a double. It's just a single, right? So
and it's not definitely not an all day drinker like we
oh
talked last time.
no.
Definitely shouldn't be doing that. But yet you still can have a few and be okay.
Right.
So that's good. I do like that. The other one they came out with was the cold.
Oh, I didn't try that one. How was it?
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
You know, right now the cold IPA is all the rage.
Yeah. What is the cold IPA?
That is a good question, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an answer for you.
You do? All right.
I do have an answer. So the cold IPA is pretty much just fermented at a lower temperature.
Okay.
Usually what that means is you tend to use a different yeast. And you can either use just a lager yeast. The lager yeast you can ferment at lower temperatures. But you can also combine it with a little bit of lager and ale yeast and still get the same effect. You can get it down to that lower temperature, ferment it, and really it's very nice, crisp. Just has a really great overall flavor. I mean, it's really good.
So
You
it's like
should
more
try that
clean type of a beer,
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah, definitely give it a try. We've also went to Idlewild, our friends.
Yes.
Friends down at Idlewild. They've been super busy lately. They've been coming up with beers left and right. I do believe that they're going to have one coming up. Right now, they've got the First Light, and it is a single hop Citra.
Yep.
Do you remember trying that?
I do. I remember when we first went there and we tried it, and you and I were both going back and forth like, what is that hop?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it I thought it was multiple, but then when he told us it was single,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, what hop is it?
So we're trying to figure out what this hop is.
Yeah, it was crazy
It's
time.
insane.
Yeah. So I honestly thought, so he told us, so I think we took a stab at it.
Yeah.
We said,
And we
I don't
were
remember what it was. We were wrong.
Yeah. Right.
And then
I think you guessed Mosaic.
I did
Which
guess.
is a very good guess.
I did.
I was more dumb on that one, and I said Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no. I should have known better. It wasn't Nelson.
Yeah.
But
he did say, because when we went back, after he said it was a very popular hop, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's when I guessed Mosaic, but I was wrong.
right.
So, because Mosaic is pretty popular, but honestly, though, I didn't really taste the Citra though.
No.
Like, it threw me off.
So, for those of you, it is a single hop Citra
Yes.
hazy. And we just, as soon as he told us, we're like, what?
Yeah.
That was weird.
It was kind of weird.
But then he told us that he used the Pilsner malt.
Pilsner malt. Yeah.
It's like, oh.
So I thought
that's
maybe
what-
it kind of threw it off
Yeah.
a little bit. Yep.
Maybe
exactly.
that's what confused us.
Yep,
Our
yep.
taste buds are like all over the place, like, fucking shit, what's going on?
Right. Yeah.
Pilsner malt.
Yep.
And they do have another First Light coming out. It's going to be another single hop. I think they might just make this kind of a series.
Yeah. Just keep going.
Single
just
hop, yeah.
rotate through a single hop.
Yeah. So the next one is going to be Galaxy.
Okay.
Galaxy is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
it
one
is
of
good.
those New Zealand hops.
It is. Yeah.
So that one's going to be really good. I look forward to trying that one. But while we were there, we also had the El Fierro.
Yeah. The mango spiced
Yeah.
hazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Wasn't overpowering with the chili.
Right. So the mango spiced. Yeah, we got it, and I think we even got like a rim of the lime
right.
and the tahini.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really good.
It
I
was
actually
really
really
good.
enjoyed it.
Yeah. And after we tried that, we did actually go back to the First Light.
First Light.
Singles.
Yep.
That one's, in my opinion, that one's the best.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that one. That one's good.
Yep, we had some tacos there too. My wife did.
Do you remember the taco truck?
Yeah, beans tacos. Yeah, I think that's what it was called. Beans tacos. Yep.
And how were the tacos?
Good. They were spicy as shit. At least one of them was. I don't know which one it was, but it was spicy. It's good.
It is good to see that they're starting to get the food trucks in there.
Yeah.
There are actually some really good food trucks. So during this time, my wife and I also went to Payette.
How was that?
We went there twice. Okay.
Went twice.
So
You must have liked it.
the first time, they had just dropped the Kung Fu Cowboy.
That's like an interesting name.
It was a collab between Melvin and Payette.
Oh, nice.
So we went for the Kung Fu Cowboy, and apparently we walk in, and the place is dog friendly. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this place had dogs everywhere.
Really?
Oh my word! And it wasn't just a regular dog. These were Great Danes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm like, what in the actual hell is going on here? Apparently, I'm thinking they had to have had some sort of Great Dane convention down the way, and then everybody just came to pay it right after.
There was just a lot of them, huh?
There was a lot of them.
Wow.
Yeah, huge dogs.
Huh.
Very awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we did go there a second time, just not too long ago, my wife and I. And our daughter actually went to McCall with a friend.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
kid free.
So,
There you go.
Kid free. So we went down there
Tear it up on the town.
early afternoon, and we thought, hey, yeah, let's go down to Payette. If you haven't ever been to Payette, it is definitely worth the drive or worth the kind of detour off of the Greenbelt because they are right there on the Greenbelt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just is pretty awesome. So we went there, had another beer or two, and we're like, hey, you know, since we're down here, let's just walk across the river and go to Lost Grove.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we went to Lost Grove. It was very short walk. I mean, no big deal at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit long if you're in flip flops, especially shitty flip flops. But,
Yep.
but you know, it was a short walk. So
Oh,
we
good.
went over to Lost Grove, and we had the next installment of their robot series.
Oh yeah.
I believe at the Brewfest.
The one at the Botanical Gardens. Yeah.
We went to that one. They had the robot monster. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. And that was a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
We went down there and we got, now it's the robot grizzly.
Robot Grizzly.
So I
Okay.
got that one for my wife, and I tried the disappointed dad.
Disappointed Dad.
Disappointed
That's
Dad.
quite the name.
It is quite the name. It was a little bit bigger of a beer.
Yeah.
So as far as high percentage, wasn't disappointed there.
Yep. Oh, good.
And then I do believe after that we met you
Yeah.
and your wife down at Mother Earth
Mother Earth. Yep.
to try that fractured reality we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we ended the night at Idlewild and then came back here to do
Right.
some swimming, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And that, if I do recall correctly, ended up being a pretty late night.
Yeah, it was kind of late. It's kind of late. Yeah.
But it was a
Yeah.
good time. Very good beers all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny story. So when we left, we wanted some food because we didn't really eat very much.
Right.
So we drove to Los Betos, and I tell you what, we had a hard time ordering. Not because we were drunk, but because I told the lady, I was like, I want adobo tostada.
Okay. Very
And-
simple.
She's like, what? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I told her again, and she said, what? And I'm like, am I not speaking English here? I mean, come on, man. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. They had a rough night, but we ended up getting the food, got it home, ate it, went to bed. But I tell you what, when we left the drive-through, there was probably 15 cars in
Oh,
line
jeez.
behind us.
Wow.
Crazy.
That is insane. So what else have you been up to, Tom? That's a lot of what I've been up to.
Well, I will tell you, I went to revision.
Those of you who do follow us on Instagram, I did make that post that I'm flying solo without Tom
Yep.
down at Mother Earth because this son bitch is in Reno at Revision. It is one of our favorite breweries, so you know, totally a little jealous there for sure.
Right.
He did actually post a few pictures to Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a very cool place.
That place is awesome. Yeah, I got hooked up with Jeb Taylor. He is a co-founder and a VP of brewery operations.
Wow,
Yeah,
the big guy.
the big guy. This guy is cool as hell. Cool story. That place, yeah, they're doing everything right, man. The only thing I would say, they need some food.
Oh, any food trucks?
Not there, not at the brewery. They have tap houses that have food in in Sparks, but
Okay.
not there.
Okay.
So there is a little Mexican place, like kind of kitty corner, and then there's a bar and grill across the street that you can get food and bring it in. So, and they welcome. You can like go to Walmart and buy chips and salsa and bring it in there. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want. They don't care.
Is there a Walmart close by?
It's pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So did you frequent the Walmart while you were in
We went
Sparks?
once.
Wow.
We went once. Just because we forgot sunscreen for our golfing trip later.
Oh, golf
So,
trip.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stings.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Jeez.
But I will say that place, we got a tour. Really cool place. They have silos for their grains.
Okay.
So they don't have to always get it in big 50-pound bags. Pretty cool. When we were there the next day, so we got there on Friday, met with Jeb, and then the next day he was telling us about they were going to open later on Saturday because they were doing an employee appreciation day. So what they were doing was taking all their employees out to go see Top Gun.
Ooh, Top Gun.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty
Nice.
cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So it was kind of like the first time that they can all get out, with COVID and everything. So now that it's kind of calmed down a little bit so they can all go and hang out together. So
That's really cool.
yeah. So we did that. So I would say the other thing was really cool is seeing all their medals, their awards, and all that kind of stuff because it's all posted on the wall outside. So you come in and you have a bar area. They got a picnic table, some couches, some chairs, and then the bar top where you can sit. And then you walk out these double doors, and then you're in the brewery area, and they kind of got it fenced off, so you can't just go over there and whatever. But so you're there are all these picnic tables, and there's another bar top on the outside too. So they got lots of seating, lots of cool stuff. They have video games you can play, like
Nice.
like the golf simulator.
Oh,
golf.
Golden Tee.
Golden Tee, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They got Golden Tee. I think they have Mortal Kombat. They have like this huge giant size Connect 4 that you can
Okay.
play. Really cool.
Yeah.
They have like this old time scale, which is kind of neat. Like it sits in the floor, like of the warehouse, and it has like the little dial that goes like this. Yeah.
Like this? I
Yeah,
don't think,
no,
I don't think the
like
listeners
this,
can
but
see
it's like,
this.
yeah, that's right. Sorry. So
It's like the scales of justice.
right, no, not like that. So it's got like the little dial that shows how heavy it is. So with the needle that goes back and forth,
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing that was really cool was we got to walk through where they can all the beers.
Oh.
One thing he did tell me, I can't even remember the number, but it was just an absurd amount of cans that they've done throughout the years. It was like millions.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So I guess the important question is, when are we going to have Jeb on the podcast?
Yeah, so definitely reaching out to him, and I think it's going to have to be some kind of Skype type of call. I tried to get a lot of information out of him when I was there, but he was kind of busy.
Sure.
He had to do his work, obviously, right? So, yeah, so I'm going to email him. He wants to get the head brewer, Jeremy, on as well, so he wants both of them to be on the podcast.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Great time.
Yeah.
And in honor of that, we actually switched it up. We didn't switch it up. We kind of finished the
Yeah,
Citra Acra.
Yeah, we finished it.
So our next beer is from Revision,
Yep.
and it is the Metal Blade Records 40 anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
This is a West Coast style IPA, 6.5% ABV. So not so bad, very drinkable.
Yeah, it's really light. I wouldn't say it's like a typical West Coast for sure. It's got a lot of fruit forward flavors in it.
It looks like it says it's got 15 IBU, so a little bit lower on the IBU scale than most West Coast style.
Yeah. So this says what hops are Citra, Mosaic, Cashmere, and Motuku.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Not a bad beer.
Very good beer.
Yeah.
Hold on. I did that.
It's a very easy drinking beer.
Yes, it is a very easy drinking beer.
So another cool thing about Revision, and you don't ever see it around here, man, they had at least 6 different types of hazies on tap.
6 hazies on tap.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
tell you what, it was hard to get a flight. You know what I mean? Because there was so much to try. So good. You never see that around here. Six different types.
Different hazies.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was
You know,
nuts.
usually around here you got one for sure, sometimes two.
Mm-hmm.
Three's kind of pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're going to like growler guys, right? And then,
Right. Well, sure.
But that's what they're known for, to get all kinds of different types of beer.
But I think that the one usually has more hazies than the other would be Barbarian.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Usually they have a few more than other places, but
At least two, usually.
and you know, hazies aren't for everybody.
No.
But I mean, that's what Revision is. They're very hazy. I mean, that's what they do, and they do it well. So
Yep.
I don't know why you would do anything else.
Yep.
I mean, that kind of brings up another point. So those of you who have not listened to the dark beer episode, my brother was on that one, and my brother loves stouts.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost want to say that Revision is the most underrated brewery for stouts.
Yeah.
He loves their stouts. He thinks they make the best stout out of everybody.
I will tell you, we did try the newest stout they came out with. We had a little sampler, and it was called Coconut Pie Face.
Tom, shut the fuck up. You tried a stout willingly.
I did. I also
It wasn't for the podcast. We weren't doing a stout episode.
no.
You said, "Hey, please give me a stout."
I did.
Did you have COVID at the time? Were you
no,
delirious and
no.
out of your mind? And
No, I actually had a stout. I had a pilsner, and I did try their lager too.
What?
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm trying to expand my horizons here. I was in it. I was feeling it. You know,
That is phenomenal.
it was great.
Good for you, man.
It's great. I will tell you that that stout won me over because it's 11.7%, but it doesn't taste like 11.7%. You can get pretty messed up on those.
Oh yeah.
So the coconut pie face was 11.7%, and it tasted like how Idlewild's stout was. Like, it was really easy drinking, smooth, but this one had the most coconut flavor, and it wasn't overpowering. So I've never really had a beer like that where I've drank a stout and I'm like, oh yeah, that I do taste that coconut, you know, or
Wow.
it wasn't just like a coffee, you know, chocolate type of a stout. It was just coconut. That was it. You got a little bit of the chocolate, but it was definitely coconut.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think I brought some back for your brother.
If you guys do not hear us in the next few weeks, please call somebody because we got an invasion of the body snatchers going on. Somebody's taking over Tom's body. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, no, that's really good. And you're just pretty much saying what my brother has been trying to tell me all along, that they make some of the best stouts out there.
I would say give it a try when your brother's here.
So apparently they're good at the hazies, good at the West Coast, good at stouts.
I said their Pilsner was pretty decent too. It wasn't like your typical Pilsner. It was very hoppy.
No, hoppy Pilsner.
Very hoppy Pilsner. Yep.
Huh.
So.
And you know, that's what I like is the hoppiness.
Mm-hmm.
I like stuff with flavor.
Yep. This one definitely had flavor.
That's good.
Yep.
That's really good. We're gonna have to try that one too.
Yeah. I don't really remember the lager too much. So.
Okay. Well, after the coconut pie face and all those other ones, then, yeah, I imagine you don't remember too much after that.
We had a lot of beers that day.
Yeah, I bet you did. So how was the golf? Where'd you go golf?
Yeah, so my wife and I went to Tahoe, and we golfed at Edgewood Golf Course.
Edgewood Golf Course.
Yeah, that's where they do the big Celebrity Pro-Am.
Thing.
And I think they do the ACC Championship there in August or September, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so golf was great. A little expensive.
Okay.
A little expensive.
Well, it's a fancy course. So.
Yeah, I mean, it gave us some fancy waters, I'll tell you that much. Had some fancy beer.
Okay, how about the beer?
Yeah, so so we had, I don't remember what hole it was, probably hole 6. I think the beer cart lady came around and jumping up for joy because I wasn't
Oh.
playing very well. I was like,
Wow.
fuck, I need some beer.
Yeah.
I need
Because then you'll play much better.
right.
Obviously.
Unfortunately, I had to pay $10 a beer.
Damn.
$10.
For like a 32-ounce can cup.
No, it was a 16 ounce. Yeah, it wasn't very big.
That's terrible.
It's a lot of money. And it was a local brewery called Alibi.
Okay.
It was their hazy pale. Super good.
No. Well, that's
Super good.
Worth the $10. Then.
Worth the $70 because I bought a lot of them.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, no, it was good. No.
Support local.
Yeah, exactly. It was good. It was either that or I think she had like fresh squeezed or something. I wasn't gonna do that one.
Nah. Fresh squeezed is the
Shoots. Yeah.
So yeah, it's always good to support local there.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey.
Yep. So I wanted to go local and it was really good. Gave it a
Good.
try.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Was that the entirety of the revision trip?
That was the last part of the revision trip. So we went Friday to revision. We went Saturday to revision. And then Sunday morning we got up early and drove the Tahoe for the golf.
Okay.
And then we went to a concert
Oh, concert. Who'd you
in
go see?
Tahoe. We saw Nora Jones and
Okay.
Regina Spektor. Regina
Okay.
Spektor was opening. That's one my wife's favorite. So she was really good. Nora Jones, I think we left like 3 songs in
Oh.
Nora Jones because it was just I couldn't really understand what she was singing and it wasn't my type of music. So I said, let's go. So and we already talked about that before we went too because
Because you're there to see Regina. not
right,
necessarily
exactly.
Nora.
Yep.
So you left, and then what'd you do?
We left and went back to the hotel. Went to bed.
Oh,
Yeah, that was it.
well, that's very uneventful.
I know.
Well,
Well,
maybe, hey, we left and we went and had some more great beers and lived it up.
I think I had a beer from Revision in the hotel.
Oh,
That was it.
okay. Still,
That was it.
Yeah.
We had to get up early and drive the next day, so
Hmm.
really wasn't gonna go party it up on the town in
Wow.
Tahoe. So,
wow.
but yeah, it was a good time.
I guess I should have been there.
You
Because
sh-
then
you
then
should have,
I,
yeah.
I wouldn't let you do that.
Yeah, you should have.
We would have
I-
gone out and just tore it up and then drive home.
Yeah, I did pay $32 for 2 beers at the concert.
Ooh, hope that was a good beer.
It was Hot Valley. We had a mango stash and a hazy, I think. The Stash Panda.
Mm.
Yeah.
Seems like a bit much for those beers.
It was how big was the beer? 24 ounces? 24 ounce beer.
It's a little bit better, but damn.
Had to drink it pretty fast because it was hot outside. It was in a plastic cup and
Plastic cup,
yeah, plastic cup.
24-ounce plastic cup.
Huge plastic cup.
Wow.
Yeah.
That ain't your typical solo cup.
No.
Wow.
It was clear. It was a
Okay.
clear cup. Yeah, it was cool.
Very
It's
good. All right, so that wraps up the revision trip.
Mm-hmm.
What else have you been doing?
Well, besides that, I think you and I can talk about our road trip.
Well, shit. Now the people get to hear how fucking dumb we really are, how crazy we are about beer. So for those of you, I subscribe to emails from Great Notion,
Mhm.
okay, because that was our beer that we found. My wife and we found it up in Seattle, tried it, and she just fell in love with the overripe, and she's been in love with it ever since. If for those of you who didn't listen to that episode, I threw in tons of beer in my suitcase at the airport to bring it back, and my suitcase was too heavy, so I had to move it over to my daughter's, and then all of a sudden on the way back, one can did explode and got everywhere, but we ended up having I think probably 10 overripe still, and a few others, the Juice Junior, some Love and Ritual, and those ones. And my wife has been hoarding them
Mm-hmm.
in the fridge. One time you came over and we were going to go down to Mother Earth, and I shared with you some of the ones that I had, like
Yep.
the Juice Invader, and I think there's one other one, maybe just the Ripe.
The ripe. Yeah.
And I said, hey, honey, what do you think about Tom trying some of this overripe? She's like, what? No.
No way. Yeah. That's mine.
He can eat a bag of dicks. Fuck that. And I'm like, whoa, take it easy.
She didn't really
but
say that.
No, she did. She's a very nice person. She said, well, he can have a little bit, but we're splitting it 3 ways.
Yeah.
So that was great. So that was the first time Tom tried the overripe. I do believe a week or 2 after, my brother came down because he was had a tattoo appointment downtown. So he was staying with us, and he and I had a couple beers, and I told him, I said, hey, you need to ask Amy if you can try some of that overripe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, yeah, sure. So he did, and she's like, no. I mean, just flat out no.
No.
So he never even got
Denied.
to try it.
Denied, yeah. Maybe now he can try. You got more.
Right. So I did feel bad for him. But I get this email from Great Notion saying, this Friday, overripe is dropping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, shit. I show my wife, and she says, hey, you got to go. And so I started doing the math. I'm like, okay, if we go to Bert's Growler Garage,
Mm-hmm.
we have to wait until usually the following Tuesday,
week, yeah.
if they make a beer run themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then they put their own markup on it because, I mean, shit, you got to pay for the beer run that they did to go get it.
Right.
And then I'm figuring out, okay, my wife's car gets this many miles to the gallon, and I'm going to buy this much beer. And who knows how much Bert's is going to get.
Right. You're going to be pretty limited, probably.
Right. So the math told me I got to go to Portland. And I said, Tom, one time we're hanging out. I said, Tom, did you get that email? And, without hesitation, Tom's like, okay, when are we going?
Yep. Where are we going?
Yeah.
What time? When are we leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy. 17-hour day.
Yeah. We started out. Tom came and picked me up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. I was here a little after 5, yeah.
Yeah, a little after 5. And we headed out. Went to
did.
Portland. Got to the 28th Street Great Notion Brewery at, I think it was 10:45.
Yeah,
We
something
showed
like
up a
that.
little bit early.
Yeah, a little bit early.
Weren't quite open yet, so we had to stretch our legs and kill some time.
Yep.
Definitely a different part of Portland. I mean, it's very industrial.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mhm.
It was kind of weird. I mean,
It was a little different. We had to park way the hell down,
Yeah.
too.
but the brewery itself is, I mean, it's just like a diamond in the rough. I mean, it's super nice.
It's the nicest building
Oh, yeah.
in that area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
hands
you
down.
got these warehouses nearby that
Uh-huh.
are just, not so good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here they are. And so we go in there and we're in seventh heaven. I think we were the first ones in there.
Yep.
And it wasn't but 3 seconds later, there was more people coming
Just
in.
kept coming.
Oh, yeah.
Just hordes of them, yeah.
So Great Notion does serve food,
They do.
which is
They allow kids.
fantastic. We had a ripe on
We did.
tap, which is super phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ripe is good in a can.
It is good in a can. It's even better on tap.
Even better on tap. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what? We can't try all of these pint size.
Right, exactly.
We'll never be able to
We'd
make
never
it.
make it home.
So our wives made it clear that you need to come home. Don't fuck this up. You need to come home. Don't pull a Tim and a Mike.
Right.
You have to come home. And honestly, I'm surprised they let us go by ourselves. Because when we're by ourselves and beer is involved, we are Tim and Mike
Right.
every time.
Yep.
But we did a good job. I'm very proud of myself.
We did good. Yeah, we did good.
So we did get a flight
Got a flight.
after that one, and there was five
Five.
pours.
Mm-hmm.
Each one fantastic.
Pride.
Pride was like a overripe or a ripe, but with grapefruit.
Very grapefruit forward.
Right. So what else do we have?
So I wrote that down. Let's see here. We have.
So Tom does take his notebook wherever we
I
go.
did. So
So he can take some tasting notes.
Yep. So
Thank you, Tom.
you're welcome.
I appreciate that because
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to remember it off memory.
Right,
You know? So,
right.
so we had the flights were 5-ounce pours, and we had Pride, the JB double IPA, the Subharmonics, the Little House of Horrors, and the Citra Aqua.
Okay, so the JB and the Subharmonics,
Uh huh.
those ones also dropped the same time.
They did. Yeah. Same time as the Overripe.
So we had to get some of those since since we're there.
Yeah. So some of my tasting notes on the Pride, just a super explosion of grapefruit. And I said awesome. So
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just awesome.
Awesome. That's
all.
your tasting.
That's
note.
it.
Awesome.
But I did say super explosion of grapefruit. But anyways, the JB double IPA is a little dank.
It was dank, yes, for sure.
It was not so sweet. It's a little bitter too.
Do you remember? I think they called that the Juice Junior's bigger brother.
They did.
So it is a bigger beer for sure.
It is.
It's like an 8.1 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
And yeah, it is a little bit more dank than I expected.
Mm-hmm. And then the Subharmonics, that one was interesting. You and I both kind of came to the same conclusion. We tried it. It was like this multi-level explosion in your mouth. Like it's just it's just everywhere. Like I was like, oh, it's citrus. Oh no, it's this, and it's just crazy. It kept changing. Yeah, it changed
every few seconds. It kept changing a different flavor and different feel in my mouth. And one time I'm getting some sort of marshmallowy.
Yeah, so
feel.
That's what I got too. Yeah,
and then it changed to a citrusy taste, and it just kept changing. It was so bizarre.
So the notes that I took there was it was Eldorado and Citra was the hops that they used, and then I got the pillowy marshmallow feel, and then the mouthfeel, and then it changed like from an earthy to a citrus as it went down the palate.
Right,
it was crazy.
It was very. Some might call it a complex beer.
It was very complex.
I want to sound a little bit intelligent right now. But yeah, complex.
Yeah. And I remember the Little House of Horrors was boozy and earthy. It was like very strata hop forward.
That one was a little bit more 9%-ish.
I think it was 9%, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little bit up there.
Yep. And then we had the Citra Aqua, which we already talked about. But
yes.
I mean, phenomenal beer.
That when we tried that,
phenomenal.
We did not taste an ounce of booze.
No.
All we tasted was the Citra, and it was insane.
It was a big punch of Citra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, huge.
So we ended up getting some lunch there.
We did.
And damn,
really good food.
Food's damn near as good as the
beer.
The beer.
Yeah.
I had a smash burger.
Yeah, and I had the chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So then we asked the waiter.
Yep.
If we could have a tour.
We did. How'd that
go?
Hey,
we traveled 400 miles just to pick up a shit ton of beer.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have a tour? Nah, it didn't go so well. He's like, oh yeah, sure. I'm sure I'll just go talk to the guy. I'm sure we can do that.
Yeah.
And he comes back. Oh no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Something about OSHA this, OSHA that. Damn shit, hell. So we didn't get to tour it, but
we got to see a little bit with from
they
the
got
back of the bar. They got
windows.
a big open window.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the building is so super long.
Huge building.
Huge building. And when you look in that window, you don't see the entire brewery.
There's like a wall, partition wall there.
And I had to ask him, I'm like, that's not it, right?
Yeah, it goes further than that.
Yeah,
right?
he's like, it goes way back. Okay, just making sure because it's huge.
Yep.
So then we get done eating, we get done drinking, so now we got to place our order. Okay. So we got a shit ton of beer, all kinds of beer. Unfortunately, they didn't have merch like we wanted.
Yeah, they had a little bit. We got a sign.
We did have a sign.
We got a sign for the podcast room.
Yep. We got our very first brewery sign for the podcast room.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to get all kinds of signs from every brewery we go visit.
Absolutely.
For sure. So we started talking to the guys while we're checking out, and really cool guys for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we were asking them about the Citra Acra and the Pride. While we were sitting there in the brewery, we're on the app.
We're looking it up.
Yeah, we're looking it up.
Where can we find it?
Right. Where can we
Yeah.
find it? Well, the brewery in Beaverton had it in a can.
In cans, yep.
But the guy says, hey, you could call up the brewery in Alberta
Mm-hmm.
and see if they have it on tap. If they have it on tap, you can get it in a crowler.
Yep.
We're like, son of a bitch.
We gotta go.
Here we go.
We gotta go.
So we trekked across Portland
That was interesting.
to the Alberta brewery. Really, the trek there wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But we get there. Well, I mean, let's back up. So you're driving to the brewery in Alberta.
Yep.
And the first corner you take, you hit it at like Mach Bill. And all the beer in the back goes flying everywhere. It's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, what are you doing?"
I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
that was terrible.
I don't know what happened.
So then we get to Alberta and we find a parking spot. The streets are super narrow. People are parking on both sides. So
Well,
it's
it's like-
essentially one lane.
It's like residential. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like
Super
behind it is
residential.
like houses and all
Right.
kind. I mean, just crazy. Everybody street parks there. It's
Right.
nuts.
So we found a place to park.
Yep.
Tom opens up the trunk to kind of make the beer a little bit better. And my beer, one can, jumps out and goes underneath this damn Tesla.
Yep.
It's like, son of a bitch, we lost a beer.
No, we got it.
So then we go into Alberta, and really cool place.
Yeah.
They have a patio. They have big garage doors that open up and stuff. And, and I don't know if it was somebody there or the other person that was telling us that Alberta has a smaller brewery, smaller equipment.
Yeah.
and
They
that's-
told us at the 28th Street one.
Right.
Yeah.
And they brew like trial
The experimental.
experimental shit.
Yeah. So if it goes good there with the experimental, then they go to the larger brewery to produce it for the masses.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Right. Here we are. We're in there. I get a beer, and Tom says, "Oh, I'll just have water." What the shit? Are you kidding me?
Somebody had to stay sober to drive home, man.
So then he says, "Okay, well, you're gonna drive home." I'm like, "Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. This beer is yours then. I'm gonna have a little sip, but then the rest is yours." So you got a beer out of that one.
Thanks for the beer.
But then we did get our Citra Acra and the
Pride.
Pride in the big crowlers.
We did.
So that was awesome. I think that was well worth the drive.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, we were a couple hours later, and my wife wasn't too happy, but I mean, the beer was good enough.
Yep.
She was fine after she tried the beer.
There we go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
right. So the other thing about the Alberta, they have a big screen up in the top corner, and it had a list of the beers that they had on tap. And so Tom and I apparently were the dumbest motherfuckers ever, because we're looking at this board and we're like, hey, there's two up there that we don't recognize. Tom looks it up on the app. And there's nothing in it.
Nope.
Nothing
there.
on the app that tells us anything about this beer.
Right.
So, because we are so dumb at the time, we didn't say, hey, give us 2 crowlers of that too. We just said, huh. And
That's
we left.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later.
So then we get in the car and we drive off, and we're right around Multnomah Falls. And I said, hey, wait a minute. I think those 2 beers were like experimental beers,
Uh-huh.
and we probably should have tried it because we may never see that again. And Tom's like, oh, turn around.
We gotta go back. Yeah, we gotta go back.
Uh,
Oh, shit. We missed out.
yeah, too late on that.
Yeah, we missed out.
That would have put us way behind schedule.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, we definitely weren't thinking there.
No,
I would have loved
That's
to have
okay.
tried those
that's okay.
because everything that comes out of there is fantastic.
We're gonna go back.
They do have a lot of sours that they put out and things like that. We did try one with Mike on the last episode.
The watermelon one. Yep.
Fruited.
I got it. I didn't realize it, but when we were checking out at the 28th Street place, the guy was talking about his favorite beers, and
Right.
he told me the RBG one was really good. And so I impromptu picked that one up.
Right.
I didn't realize it was a tart ale.
How was that? Have you tried it?
I didn't
yet?
try it yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
I'll give it a try, though.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Got to give it a try.
Right.
So then we get back. Okay. The wife gives me hell for being late. Move on. And then the next day, I all of a sudden get an email from Great Notion.
Oh, no.
And it says, hey, we're dropping the super duper ripe.
Oh, man.
It's like, holy shit, what? So, like, next weekend, like the 15th or something,
15th, yeah.
they're dropping the super duper ripe. So the super duper ripe is kind of like the ripe. The ripe is a very good Citra beer at about 7%.
Yep.
This one is super duper, so it's 10%.
Damn. 10%? That's worse than the Citra Acra.
Right. But I want to go back so bad, but hopefully Bert's.
I was going to say, that's probably a trip to Bert's.
Yeah, we got to get it. We got to call up Bert's. We got to get Bert's on the podcast.
We should.
Talk to him about their place, their establishment. How in the hell did you find Great Notion? Because Bert's has, I went in there, they have like one cooler. Maybe two coolers side by side. Very small.
Pretty small.
And I'd say most of it is Great Notion.
I think the whole entire right side of it was Great Notion when I was there.
Insane.
Yeah, it was nuts.
So how did you guys find out about this? And
Right.
how did I not know about it?
Mhm.
But yeah, we'll have to contact Bert's and see if they're going to get the super duper right, because that would be really good. And at 10%, it's one of those that
Probably not going to buy a lot of them.
I'm not going to drink a 4-pack in one night.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Going to the hospital.
I hope not.
Yeah, right.
Income Mike.
Exactly. Nobody needs to see the mic. Maybe my neighbor Mike. He's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy.
Not this Mike.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. I think that about wraps up the episode, huh?
Alrighty. That wraps up what we've been doing this last month.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said before, we do have a lot of very interesting stuff coming up.
Yes.
So stay tuned. We've been working really hard on getting some people lined up to be on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a little bit difficult working around schedules, especially during the summer.
Yep.
Everybody's taking off, going on
Vacation. Yep.
So it has been a little bit more difficult, but don't fret.
We're going to get there.
We're going to get out there, and we'll have some really good podcasts coming up really soon, I promise. So on that note, I guess it's time for the celebrity quote.
Okay. What do you got?
All right. Here we go. This is from Bill Carter.
Bill Carter.
Are you familiar with Bill Carter?
I am not.
I'm not either.
Okay.
I saw this quote, and I'm like, oh, pretty cool quote, but I don't know who the hell Bill Carter is. He is a writer and director. He does a lot of documentaries and things like that.
Okay. That's cool.
He did the documentary film Miss Sarajevo.
Mm-hmm.
Probably mispronounced that, but whatever.
Yeah.
And he did some writing, some memoirs and things like that of his time over there in the during the war in Bosnia.
Okay.
Things like that. So his quote. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Okay. His quote. There is no such thing as bad beer. It's that some taste better than others.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
That was good.
Yeah.
Good way to look at it.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do too. So again, thank you everybody for listening. Stay tuned. We're going to have some really good stuff coming up. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and just as always, you can email us any questions, requests, anything like that at emptycans2022@gmail.com. And make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Oh, did you want to talk about the giveaway?
Oh, yeah.
We did a giveaway.
Everyone. So we did a giveaway on Instagram. We gave away a sweet-ass Empty Cans podcast shirt,
We did.
which was awesome. designed by Tom, based off of our logo.
Yep.
And we also gave away a $25 gift card to Idlewild.
Yeah. Who'd that go to?
That went to Me and the Boys Brewing.
Nice.
He's one of our Instagram followers. He nailed the quote and won the drawing. So
awesome.
Congratulations to him. That was awesome. And we'll be doing more as time progresses.
Yeah.
And again, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thanks.